Going on, everybody? It's JetsCentral coming back with some breaking NFL news. So throughout the day, a handful of pretty good pass rushers got franchise tagged by their respected teams. Dee Ford of the Chiefs, Frank Clark of the Seahawks, Clowney of the Texans, and then of course DeMarcus Lawrence of the Dallas Cowboys. Now it's pretty safe to say, really safe to assume that all four of these guys would have been really high up on the New York Jets radar if they were set to hit the open market. And not gonna lie to you, I am pretty disappointed because all four of those guys are massive upgrades than any single player that the Jets have on their roster at that outside linebacker / defensive end role. So I look at the Jets' lack of depth at that position. I look at the lack of production, and it's a tough pill to swallow. Okay, it's definitely a tough pill to swallow. Now there are still a few guys out there that are set to the open market. Guys like Ezekiel Ansah and Dante Fowler. Those are two guys that are being rumored to the New York Jets once it kind of kicks off come March 13th. Justin Houston also got released by the Kansas City Chiefs today as well, so that's another name to keep your eye on, as well as Cameron Wake from the Miami Dolphins. So there are still a few guys out there, but the main group, right, the really good, the core four, I guess if you want to call them, they all got franchise tagged today. Now, I just want to bring up two quick little notes. One surrounding DeMarcus Lawrence. He's reportedly pissed off, and he does not want to sign this. He does not want to sign the franchise tag. Okay, there are reports that are saying that he might pull a Le'Veon Bell and just sit out and demand a mega contract from the Dallas Cowboys. And I could understand it too, because if you're Lawrence, I mean, this is going to be the second year in a row, and granted, of course, it is 20. I think the second year when a player gets franchise tagged, it's $20 million, so it is a lot of money. But I can understand the frustration and the disappointment from DeMarcus Lawrence and his camp, because whenever you franchise tag a player 2 years in a row, it's just you're as a franchise, you're taking advantage of the player. I mean, yes, of course, if you're a fan of the team, it works out, financially. It makes a lot of sense because you're not committed to the player long term. So if he messes up, if he gets in trouble off the field, gets hurt, it's not a long-term marriage. But you still, it just shows a lack of commitment from the franchise, and right off the bat, the player just feels a little betrayed, right? A little bit like he got stabbed in the back. So I don't really mind DeMarcus Lawrence getting upset and getting disappointed with the Cowboys in this scenario. Now, the second point is Dee Ford, right? Dee Ford got tagged by the Chiefs, but the Chiefs they played in a 3-4 system, but they fired their old defensive coordinator. They're bringing in a new defensive coordinator, and they're going to be switching from a 3-4 to a 4-3. Supposedly, Dee Ford does not fit the 4-3 system, and the Chiefs don't really foresee him being a long-term solution in that defense. So he could possibly be on the move. So if I'm the New York Jets, okay, and look, I don't want to sit here and jump to conclusions and read into every single rumor and every single storyline, but if these reports are true, and the Kansas City Chiefs want to possibly part ways with Dee Ford and trade him away and get maybe like a pick or a player back or something, if I'm the New York Jets, I have the money to pay him. We have the need, right? We have a major hole at the position. I would get on the phone with the Chiefs ASAP and say, hey, let's work something out for Dee Ford, all right? Let's work something out here because Dee Ford is a valuable player. He's coming off an amazing pass rushing season, and granted, the Chiefs did blow a lot of teams out of the water this season, right? They blew the doors off tons of teams, so every other offense, they were throwing it a lot more because they were trying to come back in games. So maybe Dee Ford's stats were inflated a little bit. We have to be fair here. But I remember him back at Auburn. I liked him back at Auburn. I actually remember the quote that he had when he was coming out. He said that he guarantees he's going to be better than Clowney, who was that season's #1 overall pick. So friendly little rivalry there. But overall, if the Jets can strike up a deal with the Chiefs to acquire Dee Ford, and of course this, barring that these rumors are true, I would do it. I would definitely call the Chiefs and see what's up. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I want to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let me know. Number one, do you want Dante Fowler or Ezekiel Ansah? And then more importantly, do you want the New York Jets to try to make a trade, try to make a push to acquire outside linebacker in a 3-4 system, Dee Ford, coming off an amazing season with the Kansas City Chiefs? So I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and go Jets.